Huddersfield born and bred. The West Yorkshire singer and producer also happens to be an economics graduate whose love for music and singing started at an early age. Aidan's solo singing career, however, began in 2015 when he released a few Bollywood covers on YouTube for a cancer research charity. When fans started following him on social media, he started gigging around the country. His first single, Vada, or Promise, dropped last May and garnered nearly 200,000 views on YouTube in just the first 2 months. Now he's back with Quaysikurriye, his latest offering. Let's have a little listen before we speak to the man himself.
Gorilla Chiller, Aidan M, Fusion, come on, that's right, come on.
कि मेरा तेरा घोड़ा चिता रंगनी मुद्दा तेरे हुस्न दा हो गया मलंगनी
That's right,
हो गया मलंगनी
come on.
रूप तेरा चमचम मारे लिशा पारनी हंसदी ते दिलों पे कर दिए वारनी
It is the sound of Aidan M, and it is his latest release. That one is Quaysikurriye. 11 minutes past 11, you're tuned into BBC Radio Lancashire. Race Khan with you as always, keeping you company all the way till 12 o'clock midnight this very night, only on Destination. It is a fabulous tune, that one. It's Quaysikurriye, the sound of the amazing Aidan M, who joins me in the studio now. How are you doing, Aidan? You well?
Very well. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you very much for coming in. More importantly, thank you very much for crossing the border from Yorkshire into Lancashire. How are you doing? Are you well?
Fantastic as well.
Good. That's what we like to hear. Brilliant tune. Tell me all about it, first of all.
Quaysikurriye was... what I decided was I wanted a bit of a uplift party kind of track, because I've done Vada, which was quite an emotional song, and then after that the Ishq Tera, again, which is an emotional kind of song. Then I thought, wait a second, I perform at events and it's good, but we need something to start getting people rocking. So then I decided I want to do a party one, a fresh kind of look to it as well, you know, on the beach and this, that and the other. So it actually got shot in Spain, Mallorca. So that was the theme of it, and again, I wanted it to be more of a upbeat Bangla style, you know, the fresh kind of.
Did you write the songs yourself as well?
No, that song was written by Zahid Ali from Pakistan.
And how do you choose which song you're gonna record?
Well, what they do is a lot of the songwriters in Pakistan, and they send you demos, and then the minute I hear it and I like it straight away, you know, it kind of touches your heart, doesn't it? And I think, yeah, that's the one.
Okay, so what makes an Aidan M song? I mean, if somebody's sending you loads of tracks, what is it that you're looking for that makes you think, okay, I'll go for that one?
It has to be something that is catchy. The chorus needs to be really, and you know, the hook needs to be really catchy as well. Also, the lyrics need to be something that every other person can relate to as well. So that's very important. You get a lot of songs that they just, you know, neither here nor there. You know, they just, you know. But at least with the songs I choose, I make sure that it's something a lot of people can relate to, and something that I can relate to in my past as well.
So when it comes to the production, with this particular track, is Manchester's own Gorilla Chiller that sorted you out with that one. What do you look for in a producer? I mean, you produce yourself, so why did you decide in this instance when it came to Quaysikurriye that you thought, you know what, I'm going to get somebody else to do it rather than do it myself?
I've never really produced any of my songs. The Vada was produced by Gorilla Chiller as well, which was a fantastic, you know, I had a massive response with that. And Gorilla Chiller, obviously with him being Manchester based, and he's an amazing guy, and he's a good friend of mine as well. And he's been like looking after me, and he's very loyal as well. So his beats are fantastic as well. You know, when I perform, the song that he produces, they're amazing live as well. So the second song, Ishq Tera, that was produced in Pakistan from Zain Khan. But this new one, I wanted it to be Gorilla Chiller, and he's put a lot of effort into it as well.
What's he like to work with? Because we've had him in the studio many times and we've spoken to him. From an artist's point of view, what's Gorilla like to work with?
He's brilliant. Yeah. Because he's one of them, you know, he's there for you as well, you see. He's there to give you advice as well, and, you know, I've learnt so much from him. And I like the way he works as well, because, you know, his imagination is amazing, you know, and the way he is.
How much input do you get as an artist into what the track's gonna eventually sound like?
To be honest with you, the way this was, it was more my idea anyway.
Right.
And the way the music was, it's always, I mean, with myself, I'm always, when I choose the lyrics, I always kind of choose the music as well. So it'll be like similar to some other song, and then I'll say, oh, I want to add a bit of this, I want to add a bit of that. So sometimes it takes a bit longer than expecting. Like this Quaysikurriye took me about 4 or 5 months to just make sure that music was right for it.
Yeah.
So when I heard it, as it was growing, you know, the music was.
And did you know right from the beginning what you wanted it to sound like at the end?
Yeah.
And how close did it match to the initial thought, or is it exact?
It was not, you know, it's never hardly exact. You always think that it was going to be like this, but then I think he made it better than I actually thought it would be, because in the way he's got his bass in as well, and the way he's put his little bit of himself in the song as well. And I think he's made it fantastically, you know, like I said, you know, with the beat and the music. So I knew it's going to be like this, and this was how I wanted it, but I think he's made it a bit more.
Okay. We will continue chatting. We're going to go to some music. We always get our guests to pick the music that they would like us to play. The music of their life is what we call it. So the first track that you've picked is the sound of Chris Brown, and it's Tell me why you've picked this song.
Yeah, Chris Brown. I've always loved all his songs, by the way. Right, he's a fantastic artist, and his songs they're so catchy, aren't they? And they kind of like stick with you. So that was one of the songs that when I was young as well, you know, I was listening to. It's not that old a song.
I was gonna say when I was young, you know, it's like a couple of years ago. What are you on about?
I'm sure. How long has it been out now? That's about.
It's not that old. Yeah, 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm still young, yeah.
That's what it is. I need the bachana. Let's go to this track then. It's the first track chosen by Aidan M in the studio. This one is the sound of Chris Brown.
Do you like this song as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't it?
It is a good tune.
Hey guys.
So how you feeling? Good?
Really good, really good. Comfortable with you. You're a humble person, you know? Nice guy, How's life treating you? How's life treating you?
Yeah, not bad. Same old, plodding along. Children's on in it, so I'm tired.
How long have you been here?
About 10 years, maybe more. Originally we were at Oxford Road. And then when they knocked that down, then obviously BBC North moved here. So I've been here.
You met a lot of artists then.
When I first started out, because we're our producer, show on Sunday nights, which is my boss who presents it, Indus, with Philip. So I started off producing his, and then when there was an opening, they had an opening for another Asian show, so they said, "Charles, do you want to do that?" I'm like, "Yeah, alright." So we've been doing this show now for about 6 years. It's good. We always like to get new artists on.
Nice to hear, it's really nice to hear.
I always prefer to get the new artists on, because then you see them as they progress, you see them get better and better, and you think, you know what, they were on our show back in the day.
I've got some new music coming out after this.
Send it over.
More English.
Yeah.
With a little audio. I think you're going to really like it. And I'm writing the lyrics myself.
We play anything and everything. From Bollywood stuff to Bhangra to old school stuff. We've got a section of the show called the Golden Bollywood Jukebox, where we play like an old school track. So we do that. At the end of the show, I've got a segment called Zara Hatke, which is where we play something like a bit niche, something a bit different. So, because we've got to cram everything into one show, so you know we've got a lot of different. Like tonight's Zara Hatke track is a cover of Hello by Adele, by an Asian artist. So. You know, we like to play a bit of everything, so whatever you've got. Yeah, we always like to mix everything up.
Yeah, my new music is gonna be a bit different.
Send it over.
And I've got another one coming as well, very sad one. That's when they're coming out.
We always support upcoming artists. We've always done that from when we started. I remember, you know Taz, not Taz from Stereo Nation, Taz from down south. Taz Cook with 3 Zs.
Oh yeah.
We did some of his first interviews, and when he did his first EP and all of that. And then when he released his debut album, because we'd followed him right from the beginning, he always came up from London. He'd come all the way for an interview. And when he released his debut album, we did a full album show for him. So we gave him a 2-hour interview, and we played the full album, every track, and we chatted about every track. Because we followed him from the beginning. So if you're good to us, we'll be good to you.
Of course, man. I'm really getting all the way.
It's the sound of Chris Brown on BBC Radio Lancashire. 20 minutes past 11 is the time, Saturday night, and it is Destination.
Destination with Rise Khan
on BBC Radio Lancashire.
Race Khan with you then. It is, of course, Destination, and that was the first track chosen this evening by our guest on the big interview. It is Aidan M, all the way from sunny Huddersfield,
That's right.
and he now joins us in even sunnier Salford. It is BBC Radio Lancashire coming to you live from Media City. So, where did the singing music bug, where did it come from? How did it hit, and when did it hit?
I mean, I've been singing when I was a child, you know, from a really early age. You know that when you're like sad or when you're happy, you're always singing away, and you know, I'd always be singing. But I never thought I'd take it serious. Everybody else said to me, take it serious, take it serious, take it serious, and I'd just sing at some events. You know, I'd be at an event and somebody just give me the mic, and I'd start singing. Everyone would just be like, what's going on here, you know? But I'm not taking it nowhere. But then, I don't know, once I was really down in my life, I was really, really down, and I was really upset, and, you know, this, that, and the other, and so for, you know, it was going on for a few weeks, but the only thing that really made me happy was singing, right? So, you know, when I sang, I'd sing some old school songs, and I'd sing, and then I'm a bit happy, because you're in a different zone, aren't you, when you sing? It's like meditation. Then, you know what happened? One evening I just thought, that's it, I'm going tomorrow to studio. And so I found some studio on Google in Huddersfield. So I thought, I'm going to go there, I'm going to make a cover song. So I just shot across there, and I just did the cover song, and then I just put it on YouTube and everything, and all of a sudden everyone just started going crazy. And Facebook, everyone, whoa, you know, then people support you, then they motivate you, don't they? And people are beautiful. So that was the start.
What was that first song, do you remember?
Yeah, it was Ed Sheeran's, what was it now?
Was it the A-Team?
Yeah, the A-Team, yeah.
I thought it was that.
Yeah, the A-Team, yeah.
So, what were you, at a young age, what were you listening to? What were the sounds that you were surrounded by? What was, you know, what was the music that you were listening to as a kid?
It was more Bollywood, like Kumar Song. So a lot of them sort of like Sergeant, you know, them old school kind of songs. And then, as time went on, a bit of Atif Aslam, and then obviously went to Arjit as well. They're all fantastic singers, aren't they? And then at the same time I listened to Chris Brown and Usher, a bit of Jay Sean, you know, a bit of Bilal Said.
So a nice mix there, a bit of everything.
That's
really.
right, yeah.
Did you have any kind of musical influence in the family at home, or were you the only one?
I was the only one.
So what did your mum and dad say? Do you know where I'm going to go with this? Because we always have to go with this when it comes to Asian people in the studio that start singing. And what did mum and dad say when you said that this is something I want to do?
You see what it is, once we were in Pakistan, and they got me singing once. Abhi Zinda Hu To Jile, you know that song,
sure.
right? So they got me singing that on the we had a stereo system there in Pakistan. It was a long time ago. So they always knew that I had it in me, you know, and all that. So when I did make my first song, that it was a cover song, they kind of like, they heard it as well, and they loved it, and then they said to me, they go, you know, you are gonna probably start taking it serious, right?
So they knew it was inevitable.
Yeah, but we don't really want to support it. But what we will say is, any music you do make it nice, make it clean. You know, where you could sit with us and watch.
Yeah.
You know, one of them. So my songs, how make my music videos, everything. You know, I can sit down with my parents and watch it kind of thing. So, and the song, the music I had to sing as well. You know, it's the family or you know.
It's a good moral
Yeah.
stance to have, I
Yeah.
guess. If
Yeah.
you're going to have something guiding the type of music that you're going to make, it might as well be that.
That's right. Yeah.
So that is good. So you did your debut track, which was Vada.
That's right.
Tell me about Vada for those people that might not have heard it, and kind of how did things change after Vada? Did anything change for you after Vada, or did it come later?
You mean when it
Professionally, yeah.
professionally?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, when my first release came out, Vada, that was just amazing, to be honest, because it just went everywhere. Everyone was watching it and everyone was talking about it around, especially around Huddersfield, and obviously the word gets out. Plus, I had a lot of people that were adding me on Facebook and watching me on YouTube and then following me, etc. So overnight, I started getting thousands more followers and whatnot. So I was like, wow, this is amazing. And a lot of people were inboxing me, so I was replying as well, you know, things like that. So I think people are quite warm to me. And people, you know, a lot of people said to me, oh, well, you know, you speak to us as well, you know, you're not like the other, you know. I was like, well, you know, to me, I'm just a normal human being, and, you know, I appreciate you guys supporting me, and I'm still the same with them all. And so from Vada, my confidence built so much more. That's when I decided that, well, I'm going for Ishq Tera. That was a slight different kind of song.
So
Vada.
before Vada, were you gigging before Vada?
Yeah.
And what were you performing when you were gigging? Was it covers or was it your own stuff?
Covers.
Covers before that. So then after Vada,
Yeah.
once people listening, your fans had realised, oh wait a minute, he's got original material now,
Right, yeah.
and you were gigging then what happened? Then did you think, now I need to up my game and I
That's
need
right,
to have
yeah.
my own stuff? Tell me about that experience.
Yeah, so when Vada came, then I was performing that in loads of places. People were just inviting me just to sing that song, actually. So I'd sing that, and then after that I decided, well, you know, I'm going for my Ishq Tera. I need more original gear now, don't I? So when I did my Ishq Tera, it started getting easy for me. But then when I did my Ishq Tera, that's when I realised a bit I need more party songs. So I did a few party covers as well. Bachnai Hasino, I did that. I did London to Makda cover song. So I did a few others. So then when I perform, I'd
Crowd
perform.
pleasers.
That's right, yeah. So I do my Vada, then I'll do London to Makda, then I'll do my Ishq Tera, then I'll go on to like Bachnai Hasino. So it started being a nice mix. That's when I decided that Quaysikurriye.
So what is the tell me about the feeling, tell me about the sensation that you get when you are on stage performing live.
You know, I love it, you know, when I'm in front of hundreds or thousands sometimes, you know, millions and whatnot, and because the people, you know, they're amazing, aren't they? You know, when they look at you as well, and you can't like feel them, you can feel them, you know, and when you're singing, and most of the time I close my eyes as well, because when I'm singing, I can't like, I sing from the heart as well, don't I? So I'm just like, I'm relaxed, I'm in my own mode, and it's an amazing feeling, you know.
So do you remember the first time you stepped out on a stage live?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest one I went to was obviously the Midland, but prior to that, there was a few events that I went on to, and yeah, I remember, it was in Huddersfield, and there must have been at least about 700-800 people there. It was at the Cedar Court Hotel, and I was nervous, yeah, I was really nervous, and that's when I first sang my Vada song as well.
Right.
So I was nervous, but I was cool though, you know, because you know, isn't it? It's all about just kind of just going with the flow.
Yeah.
And yeah, I pulled it off.
Okay.
And then after that, now
it's not a problem.
Easy now.
Now it's a walk in the park.
Easy.
Let's go to your next track. This one's from the film Sergeant. Mera Dil Bhi Kitna Pagal. Tell me why you picked this song.
Oh, I love
Bit of a change from Chris Brown.
it's massive changes from my song, isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah, I mean, Sergeant, isn't it? You know, Kamal Sanu, that movie, I love it. Sanjay Dutt, Salman Khan, Old and Goldie, isn't it? But the songs that were in that movie, I love all the songs in that movie.
Bit of a softie, really, I reckon.
Yeah.
Sounds like it. Here we go. From the film Sergeant, this one is Mera Dil Bhi Kitna Pagal.
I bet you love this song as well, don't you?
It's a tune. It's a tune.
Hey guys. Hope you're all well. BBC, check it out, my brother there. Doing this.
मेरा दिल भी कितना पागल है ये प्यार तो तुमसे करता है मेरा दिल भी
Come on, some of you guys think about it.
पागल है तुमसे
It wasn't. He didn't have it. It wasn't a typical type of voice because he had depth. He had bass in his voice. He had a nice bass in his voice.
I did a fusion of Dheere Dheere and breaks.
Send it me.
I've fallen out a few places.
Any stuff like that that you've got, send it me. We can use it in our Zara section at the end.
Right. Yeah, I'll send you that. Good fusion that. I've sung both the sides.
Yeah. Send it over.
मेरा दिल भी कितना पागल है
Hey, love this song, don't you?